Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Kathy Day, and I'm a practitioner here at Center for Spiritual Living Eugene, and I will be leading the meditation this morning. So please join with me in taking a deep breath and relaxing, getting comfortable in your seat, being present right here and right now, letting go, calling back your energy from all the places where you've left it, bringing it back to this present moment for your use right here and now. Our theme this morning is peace. Take another deep breath in and relax your head and your neck and your shoulders, your back and your hips, your abdomen, your thighs and knees, legs and ankles and feet, your arms and hands. Let them all relax. Thank them for the good work they do on your behalf, maintaining your well-being. As you breathe in, I want you to breathe in peace. Breathe in peace. And when you exhale, release all resistance to peace. Breathe in peace. Breathe out resistance to peace. I'm going to take you on a special journey to a perfect place to release all the anguish, all the fears, all the pains and sorrows. We're by the ocean side, and the weather is perfect. It feels so comfortable. And we're on a cliff. So we bring to this cliff all the boulders of our pain. We bring to the cliff all the buckets of tears that we've cried. We bring to the cliff the pain, the anguish, the sorrow. And as we are all lined up there with our collections, we receive a signal from wherever, and we start rolling these boulders and these rocks off of the cliff into the ocean side. We start releasing and letting go of the pains and the anguishes, the fears and the sorrows, deep crushing boulders rolled off the cliff into the ocean side. We pour in all the buckets of tears into the ocean. We breathe and release. And as the ocean is receiving all this, it is breaking the rocks into a fine sand as the waves come crashing to the shore. It is taking the tears into the infinite vastness of the ocean. It is washing away the grief, the loss, the pain, anything that stands between us and our peace. As we all walk down to the shore. We hold hands along the shore, crying for joy at the release of this weight, this burden, celebrating our ability to feel peace in our hearts, peace in our minds. And we start now to envision peace for our world. We bring all the old headlines, all the old things that stand between us and believing our world could be at peace. And we lay them on the waves and they dissolve like rice paper, just dissolving into nothingness. And we get to write new headlines. Breathe in peace. Breathe out any resistance. Contemplate headlines of peace that you would like to see. Know that we are one in this world. We are one together. Our lives are entangled. And we have a power to choose greater for ourselves and for our world. We put our new intentions for peace onto paper. Libraries of the world are rebuilt. Knowledge and inventions are shared. Children are growing and learning and coming up with a solution to any problem. Nations are rebuilding communication, opening to peaceful resolutions. Education is funded for everyone. Our abundance that exists right here, right now, supplies everyone. Breathe in peace. Breathe out any resistance. We give thanks for a world where food grows on trees, fresh and available to us to eat. where water falls from the sky to refresh and cleanse. Where we can breathe in and sing, where we can share our thoughts and our joys and our sorrows with another human being. Where are these creatures flying through the sky, singing songs for us? Where there are trees that take this carbon dioxide we breathe out to nourish it, and they release out to us pure and clean oxygen. What a perfect symbiotic relationship we have with them. So imagine every time you're breathing out, you're nourishing the trees. And every time you're breathing in, you are receiving the gift of those trees. This is only one of the many perfect symbiotic relationships in our world and in our bodies. Our bodies that beat our hearts, break down our foods, extract the nutrients, and release the rest. That circulate the good in oxygen and in nutrients to all the parts of our body. And we don't have to think about that. We don't have to orchestrate that. It happens so perfectly. To maintain our health, our happiness, and our well-being. We let go of any old thoughts that no longer serve us and support us in this new arena of peace. We give thanks for the learning and the lessons. That allow us to know the infinite better, that allow us to know ourselves as the infinite expressing, called into being exactly who we are. Perfectly, sweetly, we are called into being. We are called into being from the creative force that created everything and supports and sustains everything as surely as the chair beneath us is supporting us. Our lives are supported. Breathe in peace. Breathe out and welcome more peace. Call Pull yourself back into this present moment, this present place. And carry this vibration with you throughout your day and your week. Namaste.
Good morning. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Eugene, in the center and throughout the universe. Anyone who can hear my voice, we welcome you. My name is Radiant, and this is
Tonya.
And we are grateful members of your Joy Notes team, always looking for more Joy Notes. If you have a song to share, please message me, reach out. And those who are willing and able, please rise. We will sing a couple congregational songs.
I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing love today. I am walking the road to love right now, singing I'm choosing love today. Peace! I'm choosing peace today. I'm choosing peace today. I am walking the road to peace right now, singing I'm choosing peace today. Joy! I'm choosing joy today. I'm choosing joy today. I am walking the road to joy right now, singing I'm choosing joy today. Heaven! I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road to heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today.
I'm living in heaven today. If you will please turn to your neighbor, if you're at home, greet your loved ones, pet your dog for me, tell them how much they are loved. If you're at home, don't forget to send that email, that Facebook message. Tell people how much you love them, because all we have is this present moment now. And if you'll return to your seats, we'll sing our second song. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world. We are, if you'll please sing it to your neighbor. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are, and all we do is a blessing to the world. And take it within, because I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am, and all I do is a blessing to the world. I am a blessing to the world. Thank you for coming to celebrate this beautiful Sunday with us. If you have a device or a washing machine, please silence it now.
Hello, good morning. I am here to welcome you to Centers for Spiritual Living Eugene. My name is Danu Green. I am a practitioner in training here, and I do a lot to support our next gen group. So Just to let everyone know, if you're here in person for the first time, we have a green sheet in the lobby available. If you'd like to fill that out, you can join our weekly newsletter, get our weekly email updates. So our weekly newsletter and our website are the best ways to find out what we got going on. So here at the center, we know that spiritually empowered people live richer, fuller lives. So we use the principles of our teaching, Science of Mind, to inspire minds, open hearts, and empower lives. I'm going to share with you a piece of our global vision for Centers for Spiritual Living. We envision all people, all beings, and all life as expressions of God. And now I would like to introduce our practitioner of the day, Kathy Day. Let's come on up.
And now if you'll rise with us, we'll sing our Right Here, Right Now.
Right here, right now, we have come into the presence of God, and our hearts are open to the love that's found. Right here, right now. Right here, right now, we have come into the presence of God, and our hearts are open to the love that's found. Right here, right now.
Right here, right now, we open to the knowledge and we remember the knowledge that we are one with the infinite life from which all creation comes from. It is the power that holds the stars in place. It is the power that animates and moves our body. It is the life and the substance and form of everything we are and everything we see. It is light and love and peace and power and beauty and joy. And it is expressing through every atom and particle of our being right here, right now. So right here, right now, we open to this morning's message by Reverend Linda. We open to the inspiration and delight of the music of Marty Chilla. We give thanks for our musicians, Matt and Mo, for being here to delight us with the tones and the vibration of love and expression through their music. And we open to receive our good in all the wonderful forms that it shows up in our lives. So I know that this service is going to be an amazing event. This recording is going to be an amazing event. And we come in joy, live in joy, and leave in joy. Right here, right now. And I release this treatment to the loving source of all that is, knowing it knows exactly what to do and how to do it to make it so right here and right now. And please join with me in saying, and so it is.
So I'm going to read aloud for you first our affirmation, and then afterwards, if you'd like to join me, you can read it aloud with me. Ubuntu is the understanding that we are greater than me. Together, we step beyond limiting ideas into freedom. So if you'd all like to join me. Ubuntu is the understanding that we are greater than me. Together, we step beyond limiting ideas and into freedom. And so it is. So our talk today is going to be by the lovely Reverend Linda. And our title of the talk today is The Divine Community. And as Kathy mentioned, we have our guest musician that I'd like to introduce, Marty Chilla.
When I dance your tune. Spring and summer, May and June, light beams beaming off the moon. And when I sing your name to the place from where you came. You're like a spark within the flame. And fireflies and diamond rings, crystal streams and angel wings. You are all the shiny things. You are all the shiny things. You are the shine in my eyes, so divine. I realize you are the shine in my eyes, so divine. I realize that you are the shine in my eyes, so divine. I realize the light dancing in my soul is a reflection of you. The light dancing in my soul is the mirror image of you. You shine your light inside the clay. You shine all night, you shine all day. When I walk, you light the way. I am one, you are two, forever now. Shining through, you shine in me, I shine in you. You're the light that's in my eyes. Shine on me, it's no surprise when I feel myself begin to rise. I feel myself begin to rise. You are the shine in my eyes, so divine. I realize that you are the shine in my eyes, so divine. I realize that you are the shine in my eyes, so divine. I realize the light dancing in my soul is a reflection of you. The light dancing in my soul is the mirror image of you.
We don't even need to meditate. So thanks again, Marty, and always bringing us back. If you will sit wherever you are, or if you feel like standing at home, no rules. Do you. But we're going to sing a short ditty, and afterwards we're going to go into a meditation. I invite you to close your eyes when you meditate or have a soft downward gaze. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am
And I breathe. In this now moment, in divine community, I am. I center myself in the knowing that there is only one. One life, one power, one presence. In which I live and move and have my being. In which all beings live and move. For everyone and everything I see is spirit manifest. I open now to the words of Martin Luther King, Jr. Use me, God. Show me how to take who I am, who I want to be, and what I can do and use it for a greater purpose than myself. In this moment, I do that work. Gratitude for the good that unfolds from my word. With gratitude for the peace that fills my heart. I let go. I let God be God in me. And I let it be so. And so it is. Matt, you made the mommy cry. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. And thank you, Marty, for your beautiful. And Nancy Fisher for this amazing altar. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it is, believe it or not, the 3rd of October. I was just doing my New Year's resolutions last week, I think. and you have to be careful with me this time because this is my time of year. The autumn is when Mama comes alive. The autumn is when I feel the richness, the fecundity of the earth, the smells of the leaves, and I'm drawn to what I used to call pagan, but really it's Celtic. It's my Celtic roots. This is Celtic spirituality. The earth is divine and everything in it is divine and sacred. And this is what we're asked to remember. And right now, as we are moving into the post-equinox time, the earth is reminding us that it's time to do our interior work. I say that because in Kabbalah, which is Jewish mysticism, there is a saying that if the Torah had never been written, the earth and nature would tell us everything we need to know about how to live. And so this is where I draw this in, and I make this. In the Celtic calendar, there is a wheel of the year which has the 4 points. The summer equinox, which is the longest day of the year, the more externally focused time. The summer solstice, the winter solstice, which is the longest night of the year and the deepest, most interior work happening. And then the 2 equinoxes, the vernal equinox and the autumnal equinox. And it's like, what's she talking about? But what I'm looking at here is the cycle of the year. Represents the cycles of our lives, represents the cycles of each season. There is when everything is in the spring and moving towards summer, that's the planting time. That's when we get our ideas going. That's when we think about new things and we make new plans and we plant new seeds and we create new ways of being together. The summer, the solstice time there is the growing time, the working time, the being out in the world and racing around and doing everything we could possibly think of to do. and be part of time. And then the equinox comes back with its harvest and the taking in, learning from what we've done. What have I learned from this year's action and activity? What have I learned from this year's harvest? What do I preserve and what do I turn into compost? And then as I move into the longer and longer nights, there is the time of dormancy, the time of stillness, the time of going within and going underground, literally, feeding our roots and being in the stillness. And of course, as I pointed out a couple of weeks ago, here in the Western civilization, we have planted a whole batch of holidays and celebrations during the middle of the time when the universe is really asking us to be still. And so in the midst of all that we're entering into, I ask you to be mindful of the fact that it is natural for you right now to want to begin to hunker in and to honor the place in you that needs to cave for a while, to roll the rock in front of the door, do whatever you need to do. But I want us to talk about what are we going to do in that time? What can we learn from? What can we heal that is inside of us before we go back out next spring into planting? And I'm speaking of spring figuratively. Spring could be tomorrow in whatever your cycle is happening. But this is the cycle of how things work. Is if I enter into what I think I want to have happen without tending to what's going on in me, without learning from myself what wants to happen, what needs to happen, I am bringing woundedness into the work I'm doing out here. And it isn't that we, when I first got into this teaching, it was all about turning within, going within, finding God within, finding spirit within, finding life within, finding the truth that all is one. And it was like we center on ourselves. Well, slowly it was hard for me because I was a very activist as a young woman. And so wanting to be in a socially, politically active thing, I thought, okay, well, I need to do this. And darn, I wound up becoming a minister and doing all this stuff and working with healing all this stuff. And I will tell you right here, right now, I have not healed everything. I have not learned everything. I know this because I'm still alive. As long as I am alive, there is stuff that needs to be worked on. This is just the truth. This is how it works. And I'm growing, and as I grow, I can bring a more whole self, a more loving self, a more compassionate self, a more caring self into the work I do in the world. Because I've learned the stuff that's in this heart that wants to be learned from. The thing that I really loved about this teaching, I don't know, it's like trying to pick my favorite Emerson quote. They're all my favorite thing that I really loved. The opposite of love is not hate, it is fear. And that took me a while to grab. But love is knowing that everything is one and everything is okay and everything is connected. And fear is believing that it's not. And fear is not, it's kind of like we're cold today. I'm having a little issue with the heater, and it's all, we'll keep each other warm here. But there's actually no such thing as cold, as we're all sitting here like this. There is only the absence of heat. Cold as an essence and energy does not exist. What an air conditioner does is extract heat to cool things down. But heat is the active, open, working thing. Love is the active, working, open thing, and fear is the belief that love isn't. And every good and wonderful and joy-filled thing, everything that feels like wonder and might, is love-based. If you follow it back, you will find love. And everything that is angry and frustrated and jealous and fearful and hate-filled is fear-based, comes from fear on steroids. And so when I can look at angry people as frightened people, it's easier for me to love them. Because as Martin Luther King said, love never cast out, or hate never cast out hate. Only love can do that. And it may not make sense to our logical mind to love something that really appears to be antithetical to everything we believe in. But we're not loving the behavior. We're loving and having compassion for the person who's exhibiting the behavior. And that doesn't mean we have to invite them home and feed them. We can love someone from a distance. We can love some for their pure potential, but not for how they're acting right now. But the minute I let myself get angry, yeah, Linda, listen, I'm being sucked in to their fear, and I'm letting go of my power. And so that's what I have to remind myself every time I get that trigger to respond, is I'm not giving you the power to do that to me. I'm not giving you the power to pull me in that direction. So the whole idea is that we need to come together. We need to do the work within, but then we need to come together. We need to do the work within, and then we need to come together. This month's entire theme for the whole month is going further together. We can always go further. We can always be stronger. When there's more than one of us, we do things together. We can do pretty amazing things. And the theme for today is divine community, or beloved community, however you want to see it. A community is what draws together. And I love this quote from the notes for today's talk. This is something I took from the notes today, or yesterday, whenever I pulled this up. In the space where I am I and you are you, there's a beautiful evolution that nudges us and pushes us beyond this moment into a new space of being, a more profound expression of the one loving source. Where we come together, something happens, and the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. There's an interchange of energy that exponentializes the possibilities. And right now, a whole lot of people in the Western civilization are talking about this rugged individualism, and I got this, and I can do it, I did it, you can do it too, just leave me alone, I'm strong, I'm powerful. No, you're not. We live in community. We've always lived in community. We are formed for community. Rob Bell talks about how after the Big Bang, when there was nothing, and then there was all this giant explosion of energy, and then within moments, particles began joining. And after a few decades, few hundred years, particles formed atoms, and atoms formed molecules, and molecules formed cells. It is our nature at the most elemental of levels for us to come together, to be one, to be in community together. Divine community is not merely a gathering of individuals coming together. Divine community is an almost alchemical reaction that happens among us and reminds us of who and what we are capable of being and becoming. When we come together, this idea and that idea, neither one is the right idea, but when we get these two ideas together, a new idea is born that is the perfect amalgam of the two. An alchemy, turning what is base into something new, something more precious and beautiful. And that's what we do when we turn to one another. There's a joke making the rounds on I'm telling a joke because when you laugh, you impress things more. The 3 hardest things in the world to say: I'm sorry, I need help, and Worcestershire sauce. And I'm telling, like I said, I'm setting it up, so I'm telling a joke but that will impress in you that there is truth being spoken here. We need to ask for help. When I fell and injured my elbow 6-7 years ago now, it was a real lesson for me in asking for help, because this is my dominant arm. It's not just, oh, well, it was your left arm, so you really don't have to. No, this is the one I do. I used to say I've only got this so I don't look funny, because I am so dominantly left-handed. I could not even play guitar left-handed because I didn't have enough strength in these fingers to hold the strings down on the frets. I had to do it this way, so I had to learn to ask for help. I couldn't drive for 6 weeks. I thank God for Carol Angus and Nancy Fisher and Annette Raggets and a few other people who showed up and helped in many, many ways. But we have to be able to ask for help. We have to be able to learn what it is we're seeking. Where 2 or more are gathered, there also am I, says the beloved. I want to share with you some Mark Nepo. I know I have some Mark Nepo fans here today. We are, in moments, pure and ageless as light. And with the very next breath, we drop things or bruise the treasures of a lifetime. We need to soothe ourselves, not blame ourselves. We are rare, not perfect, and seem destined to know all there is briefly, only to pound it into bread. I don't know if you've ever kneaded bread, but it's a process of pounding. There's a wonderful story in my family. My mom and her sister were not quite 2 years apart, and the job they had growing up was each week one made the cookies and one made the bread. And my Aunt Marge loved to make the cookies, and my mom loved to make the bread, but my grandmother made them rotate. Because my mom loved to make the bread. And it was flat and dense and really not very light and tasty. My aunt hated making the bread. And her bread was so light and fluffy that the boy says, you have to make Marge make the bread at least once every other week. So just a little aside into my family history. In our vision of a beloved community, diversity thrives, everyone is included, justice prevails. Each of us gets to bring our entire selves to the mix. Care, trust, and respect are the norm. That's a piece from the Fetzer Institute, and I would love it to be a piece for our community. Margaret Wheatley said, there's nothing that has, I put this on our Facebook group this week, there's nothing has more power to create change than a community that has discovered what it stands for, what it loves, what matters to it. I want us to discover what matters to us. We are at an opportune moment here. Whether you're watching from home, whether you're watching from Colorado or Hungary or California or Canada or anywhere else for that matter, we have an opportunity to come together in a new way, in a way we didn't do before, to do things we haven't done before. We celebrated 50 years in existence, and now we're embarking on the next 50 years, and we get to say what that looks like. And we get to say how we do that. And we get to say what is included. Does diversity thrive? Is everyone included? Does justice prevail? Are we all part of this together? There are some things, they'll be in the announcements, but there's some things going on right now in our community that are doorways, that are invitations to be part of something. Danu has taken Heart Space off of in person for now, and it's on Zoom on Wednesday mornings at 11 a.m. for an hour. You can go in and connect with other people and say, hey, I'm struggling this week. I got something that's just bugging the heck out of me here. Oh God, I got the best news. I got a new job, or I just got a bonus from whatever, or I found a new person in my life. Whatever you're sharing, go on our website and find Heart Space and get the link. And go try it out. Just talk to people. Just click the link and go talk to people. On Inclusivity in Action, the next meeting is the 13th, Wednesday the 13th of October. And that's right here at the center. For those of you who demand and want and need live interaction, you can come here. Masks are required, and they meet at distance, socially distanced. But they're creating ways of being involved in the community, of doing things that enrich and enliven Center for Spiritual Living in the community of Eugene and Springfield, and serve others. And then my favorite, saving the best for last, October 18th, starting, it's a Monday at 6:30 in the evening on Zoom. Kathy Day is teaching my favorite Science of Mind class ever, the best practical application class that has ever been done by Raymond Charles Barker, who is like your New York daddy or uncle who goes, hey, pull my finger. He's just so direct. This is a class that tells you how important your decisions are. We have decisions coming up for us. What are our decisions as people, as a community, as a world? You are my beloved community, and I want us to come together in ways that that matter to each of us, that pull our heartstrings. Give us the confidence and courage to release all that no longer serves the journey. May we have the grace of a tree in autumn, and just let go of that which has completed its life, to move towards that which can be. I love your faces. Even behind the masks, I can see you, and I love you all. I will now call up Kathy Day to bless the offering. And I think we're going to try what we did last week with Angela, if that's okay with everybody. Dale will be up here with a basket, and Kevin will be in the back with a basket. And if you have something to give while we're singing I Am So Blessed, just go back and drop your gift in the basket and then come back.
I'm also a board member here, and I want to give a special thanks to all the people who give online and give, just regular donations that they have set up, so whether they're here or not, that they continue to support this center and give to this center, not only for themselves, but also how happy are we that the people before us gave so that this center could be here when we needed it. And we want to pass that on to others so that this center is here and thriving when they come and when they need this and when they need this teaching. So please take your gift and hold it to your heart. And know that as I give, I know that I receive, and I am participating in the beautiful circulation of life in my gift. And I know that what I give and how I give it returns to me pressed down and overflowing for the fulfillment of this great law of circulation and this great part of being spirit in giving and receiving. I let this be so, and so it is.
Please join us as we sing.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
And we are blessed because we have Marty Chilla with a guest soloist.
This was my idea. Right, music, right? As you say, like it's just so obvious when you play music with people, like, or your strings vibrate in harmony together, like, right? It's just so obvious.
Resonance.
Love is but a song we sing, fear's the way we die. You can make the mountains ring, or make the angels cry. Though the bird is on the wing, and you may not know why. Come on, people now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Some may come and some may go, we will surely pass. When the one that left us here returns for us at last, we are but a moment's sunlight fading in the grass. Come on, people now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. If you hear the song I'm singing, you will understand. Listen. You hold the key to love and fear, all in your trembling hand. Just one key unlocks them both. It's there at your command. Smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try
and clapping of the chorus. That way you get a standing ovation. Oh, thank you. I have not done that outside of karaoke, which means there are certain other conditions that have been happening. So this was the first. So announcements. We're not going to belabor them, but we need to let you know what's going on and remind you, please. csleugene.org. csleugene.org will provide you with all of this stuff. And I believe right now there is a after-service Zoom meeting that starts at 11:30, and I think Kathy is going to be hosting that for those of you who are out in the field and want to get a chance to chat with people. This is an opportunity to catch up with what's going on. Then next would be Power of Decision is starting. Power of Decision is starting. You can sign up online. It's 8 weeks. It is the best class ever. Kathy Day is teaching it, and I am so excited that we've got this happening. Get signed up, get into it, go. And then this Wednesday, the 6th Heart Space with Danu is at 11 a.m. on Zoom. Go to the website, get the link. You can do this, or get the newsletter. Thursday the 7th is the forgiveness meditation, which is now just once a month. The first Thursday of the morning of the month is that with Angela. Next is virtual game night with Kathy Day. We're still doing game night online, and the link will be in the newsletter, so you can play games online with your friends. And then after the service on the 24th, our annual meeting is coming up, and I have some really, 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 really good news. We had a lot fewer expenses this year because we weren't meeting, until July. We weren't meeting in person. But even though we got a PPP loan, which was nice, even though we got payments from our foundation, we had an excess income from that, we didn't need it. You guys, we broke even. We broke even. Now, we're going to have more expenses moving into the new year. The thing of it is, I figured out, it's like $5 a person per month. So if you're like giving 50, could you give 55 this year? If you're like giving 100, could you give 105? Just that, but that's all it would take for us to meet the new expenses. So think about it. And bring friends. Yes, please bring friends. And there are many opportunities for service. We really are going to be needing, if you are at all good with computers, please come see Kathy and John and help them out so we can continue, because if we don't have volunteers, there's a week coming up when both of them are going to be gone, and we won't be able to stream live if we don't have some people trained. So, I love you. Kathy Kleppinger, you are amazing. John Hicks, you are amazing. Bethel Evans, you are amazing. Michael Brown, you've been amazing for months and months, and Kevin Buttry, and I love you all, and we need the practitioner to do... Oh, it's October, yeah. We have October birthdays, and I have some cookies out there for us, so... Oh, and Radiant has cupcakes, so we're good. So, who's got an October birthday? Ah, now we know why. Now we know why. Happy birthday to you. Stay up. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, everybody. Happy birthday to you. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you. You are wonderful. God is blessing you. Now Kathy will come up and talk very briefly. briefly about the practitioners, and then we'll sing and get out of here.
Just want to let you know our practitioners are here and available to you. We're also available through prayer requests online, and we want to serve you. And you don't have to have prayer because there's a problem. You can also have prayer because you're looking to express something new and joyful. I had somebody do a treatment for me that I go to Hawaii, and just what happened afterwards was just amazing. So take advantage of your practitioner team. I'll be doing the Zoom call, so I won't be here, but Radiant and Ona are here, and they're available to do a Miracle Minute with you. If you need a longer time, a session, you can contact us. All our information is in our newsletter, and we love to pray for people. So please take advantage of this resource for you.
And thank you, Ona, for holding high watch today. We got 2 hours left. Thank you, Ona.
So now
And now if you'll rise, we'll sing our closing song. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, we are family. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous sound. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Please repeat after me. I am
I am
alive
alive
spirit,
in spirit,
and so it is.
and so it is.
Thank you, Susan.